It was a beautiful day, and I remember the cadence of the speech, and I listened to the words very carefully as somebody majoring in international relations. This was his major foreign policy address of his whole administration, and referred to subsequently as the peace address. And I was particularly struck by his emphasis on making the world safe for diversity.
What kind of a peace do I mean, and what kind of a peace do we seek? Not a Pax Americana, enforced on the world by American weapons of war. Not the peace of the grave or the security of the slave. I am talking about genuine peace.
It was the attention on him, the focus was such a powerful experience, sitting and listening to him speak. He just, whenever he spoke, he rather hypnotized, and he was so inspirational. He was his views about our world and seeking peace and doing what he could personally with the Soviet Union. Those things reached me to such an extent. And of course, we were in the School of International Service, so those of us who were particularly riveted by his powerful inspiration, is go out there and save the world. That was what we knew we could do. We were very idealistic.
Peace need not be impractical, and war need not be inevitable. By defining our goal more clearly, by making it seem more manageable and less remote, we can help all people to see it, to draw hope from it, and to move irresistibly towards it.
So out there in the field at graduation, I had my pen out, starting to make notes around the margins of my graduation program, and of what he was saying, what President Kennedy was saying. And then a friend sitting next to me leaned over and whispered, "Margie, you don't have to take notes now. No more tests. We're graduating." And I thought, well, this is such an important speech. But okay. So then I took a deep breath. I put down my pen and actually listened. But it really wasn't until the news broadcasts and reports over the years that I really truly began to understand the significance of what he had said. And we were there to hear him. We were actually there to hear him.
For there can be no doubt that if all nations could refrain from interfering in the self-determination of others, the peace would be much more assured. Our primary long-range interest is general and complete disarmament, designed to take place by stages, permitting parallel political developments to build the new institutions of peace, which would take the place of arms.
So since I was in D.C. during Kennedy's election and a good part of his term, I had experienced things as interesting and exciting as standing in the snow to watch the inauguration, and of course doing the vigil in front of the White House during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So I was a child of air raid drills. So it was like, this was, and maybe a lot of that had led me to be a student in international relations, hoping to find some paths for peace. So sitting there that day, my impression was we were at a moment in history. It was not only moving forward, hoping to eliminate nuclear testing and to move towards nuclear disarmament, but it was also a statement of the moral commitment to human rights throughout the world, but also really looking at our nation.
To make clear our good faith and solemn convictions on this matter, I now declare that the United States does not propose to conduct nuclear tests in the atmosphere so long as other states do not do so. We will not We will not be the first to resume. While we proceed to safeguard our national interests, let us also safeguard human interests. And the elimination of war and arms is clearly in the interests of both.
You know, it's amazing to reflect on what the 60 years have brought us. But at the time, you know, the announcement he made of a nuclear test ban treaty was, or the working towards a test ban treaty was quite remarkable and very bold.
We shall be prepared if others wish it. We shall be alert to try to stop it. But we shall also do our part to build a world of peace where the weak are safe and the strong are just. We are not helpless before that task or hopeless of its success. Confident and unafraid, we must labor on, not towards a strategy of annihilation, but towards a strategy of peace.